Now to the political climate. Former President George W. Bush today urging Americans to vote and to take part in the political process.
And his remarks came just a short time ago after a big discussion about elections. Political reporter Jack Fink has been really watching this conversation for us and is with us now. Hey, Jack.
Hey there, Nicole. Doug, former President George W. Bush acknowledged the lack of confidence people have in our election system right now, but he said the system works.
The truth of the matter is, our system works pretty well. We got a large, complicated country with a variety of different interests and states, and yet we've been pulling off elections for quite a while.
The George W. Bush Institute took part in a polling project 5 years ago and found that nearly 7 in 10 Americans thought our democracy is weaker, and the Bush Presidential Center wants to change that and to boost confidence in our election system. This afternoon, the Republican chair of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors in Phoenix and the New Mexico Secretary of State, Maggie Oliver, said during a panel discussion that elections administrators have been threatened and that they were too after the 2020 election and even had to stay someplace other than their homes on January 6th last year. Former President Bush did not mention the attack on the Capitol on January 6th or former President Donald Trump, who claims there was widespread election fraud despite elections officials' strong denials and a lack of evidence. Mr. Bush said elections provide legitimacy to those elected and a peaceful transfer of power, and he quoted former President Abraham Lincoln.
The ballot is stronger than the bullet. Pretty relevant these days. I hear a lot about today's political environment. There's a lot of angst around the country. People are really worried. They don't like the anger. They don't like the finger pointing. They expect better. And if you got a problem with that, the key thing is to vote.
Condoleezza Rice, a former Secretary of State and National Security Advisor for former President Bush, also spoke during this afternoon's event. During today's conference, officials said there is not systemic fraud, but individual cases of fraud in elections that are prosecuted. The Bush's Institute leaders said they believe what will boost confidence in the election system is if more people are engaged and take part in the process.